Oi oi my drillers, it's your geezer Big Doddy Cow here. Hello. Today we've got more Warlock changes and I'm not very happy. Yeah, this. Stream. Blizzard have gone in the opposite direction of what we want. Let's give it a read, shall we? Let's give it a read. So, starting off here with the Demonology nerf literally no one wants. Dreadstalkers now have a 35% chance to give you a stack of demonic core. As you guys already know from prior videos I've made on this channel, Demonology already has way too much RNG. Now the RNG is increased and you have less demonic cores, when in reality it would be nice to see more demonic cores. I'd love to see a cap of 6 cores in total and like just more generation of cores going on in the game. Like with demonic knowledge being removed and that being like one of the last few bastions of demonic cores out there, and then this being changed, it's like they might as well remove Demon Bolt at that point. Like, just get rid of it. Either like increase demonic cores and get rid of Shadow Bolt, or get rid of Demon Bolt. I don't think it has a place being in the rotation, right, being a spell anymore. If this is what's gonna happen, and I'd love to see Demon Bolt stay in the game with more cores and Shadow Bolt be removed, but hey, I guess Blizzard have other plans. Anyway, this video is going to be a bit more focused on the destruction changes, and I didn't really cover the affliction changes, but they were bad as well, not gonna lie. So, the Triumvirate of Pain that is Warlock. Blizzard have now officially failed every single Warlock spec, and the war within Warlock is going to be a dead class, and the only reason people are going to say it is for that really bloody cool transmog set. That's it. That's the only reason there's going to be engagement for Warlock, I'm telling you. So, Blasphemies, removed. Blasphemies are gone from the game in the war within. A very fun talent, and probably one of the best things to come out of Shadowlands, is now gone from the game forever. And the change, what's it being swapped for? Well, Decimating Bolt. Now, why this is destruction and not a demonology, I don't know. But okay. But this now means demonology is the only spec in the game to not have a covenant ability. Literally no other spec in the game lacks a covenant ability. Even if it's from the class tree. Demonology's got nothing, but Destro got something. Decimating Bolt, at least if we think about destruction alone, yeah, this is cool to have back. I like that. If anyone's confused about this, change from talents on categorized, Chaos Bolt is actually just becoming a baseline Warlock ability. So, it's not a talent anymore. This is why it's saying it's removed. It still exists in the game, it's just not a talent, which is good. Configurate, talent position, well, backdraft, talent position has been changed. Chaos Incarnate has been nerfed. So, yeah, Mastery is probably going to be a less important stat, and Dimensional Rift will see more play. I don't think Chaos Incarnate should have been nerfed. I think Dimensional Rift should have just been moved to its own node in the talent tree. But whatever, this is at least going to pave the way for more Dimensional Rift, which, it being a fun ability, I'm looking forward to that. Chaos Bringer removed, so less damage on your spenders. It's a bit of a theme here, it seems, that spenders are going to be dealing less damage, and I think Destruction is going to move more towards like Incinerate doing their damage, which is going to be really weird and not fun. It's like sort of stuff that's happened to Holy Paladin, if I am correct about that. I don't know, any H-Power experts and watching right now, if you want to comment on that and call me an idiot or call me smart, then up to you. Conflag's talent position has changed. Cool. Not really sure. I can't really judge. Oh, talent position has changed. Oh wow. What I really hope is Grimroth Sack's talent position has changed, but they didn't do that, did they? They locked it behind a dead talent. Massive shame. Especially when, like, Destruction's meant to be you being the infernal horror. You are the power, not your pets. But, whatever. Decimation. See, I'm not really sure what to think about this. I don't know what that change is. This does seem to be a nerf to the execute window, but it is actually aligned with a proper execute window, which I think is very cool. And I would love to see Decimation making plays in the future. If this is done well, then we may swap over to a Destruction channel. Maybe. Don't want to get your hopes up too early. It does depend on the rest of things, but there are a lot more things I have some gripes with, i.e. Devastation, increase the crit chance of your destruction spells, which I think is stupid. If you need to increase the crit chance of spells for a talent, then perhaps you haven't made it properly. You haven't developed it well enough. Increase the damage done by your fire spells by 2%. Reduce the cast time incinerate by 10%. That's Emberstorm, new 2-node talent. Like I say again, if you have to make changes like these, then the ability wasn't designed well enough to begin with. So perhaps redesign the ability and the abilities we have, and remove these talents for something that's going to be more fun and more enjoyable. Improved conflags, got a talent position change. Okay, cool. Inferno. So what this has previously done is increased Wrath damage and gives it a chance to generate a soul shard. Now it does still increase damage. However, its soul shard cost is reduced by 1. So Wrath becomes a 2 soul shard spell. Doesn't give you any shards back. I don't think this is going to be good. Like, okay, it brings Cataclysm back into play, but I don't think Cataclysm should have ever been a choice node. I think, okay, not having Cataclysm as a choice node very much means Rain of Fire deserves a nerf. Otherwise, that would be busted. Let's be fair. Like, immolate on everything and then just spamming Wrath in the current state of Warlock would be busted. It's been fine in the past, but not as it is now. Especially if you look at pools and stuff like Algafar Academy, even with the target cap soul shards that have been happening in the bugged stealth nerf to Inferno, it's still doing absolutely absurd, ungodly amounts of damage. So it would be an OP combo, but it would be a more fun combo. So, you know, doing a bit of balancing to allow for more fun, I think, would be a very good thing. Yeah, I don't like this change to Inferno. I think it's stupid. I don't see it actually doing too well. But oh, hang on. Inferno Rain of Fire has a 10% chance to generate a soul shard fragment. Okay, no, this might not be too bad then. Should have said it here, but okay. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, yeah, okay. Okay, that's not the worst thing in the world. Might be a bit too RNG, I feel like. But whatever, it's the Spec of Chaos. Like, RNG and Destruction makes sense. It's meant to be a chaotic spec. Roaring Blaze, configurate increases Soulfire, CDF, Immolate, Incin, Conflag, damage to target with 25% for 80 seconds. Talent position has changed. Cool. Not too bad. Ruin. Critical strike damage. So yeah, it's more chaotic now. Okay. But yeah. And talent position has changed. Cool. So nothing outside of hero talents? Oh! Grimmer of Sack position's changed. W? Summoner's Embrace. Affliction and Destruction. Okay, that's odd. And yeah, Decimating Bolt seems to be modified for modern usage. Yeah, I think the removal of Blasphemy is definitely a crushing blow to Destruction. It's very sad to see it go, and I think it's gonna honestly kill a lot of fun with the spec. People have really enjoyed amassing pure chaos and destruction with armies of infernals, and you know, the Reign of Chaos and Blasphemy build you could put out, albeit Reign of Chaos not being meta at all, has been insane and very fun. Excuse me. Whew. I would like to see how the changes will bring in spells like Shadowburn, Soulfire, Channel Demon Fire, and Dimensional Rifts into play. And I think it would be very cool if that actually works properly. Seeing Decimating Bolt come back as well, also going to be very cool. Looking forward to that and seeing if it's got a new animation. I have mixed feelings about this. I think the new talents added are just screaming that there is bad design going on, and a fix really needs to happen to it. But yeah, I mean, there's positives and negatives for this, but I don't actually see this being a net positive for Destruction. Like, yeah, bringing in these spells, great. Soulfire, very fun. Wasn't meant to click that, but yeah, very fun spell. Hits hard. Oh, thank you, Wildhead, for refreshing all that. The demo change is honestly horrible. Can I get the affliction changes here? No. But yeah, I think overall we've suffered a loss to all three specs of Warlock. I would like to see this Destro rework succeed. I think the changes to Inferno are stupid. The removal of Blasphemy is stupid. And it's going to kill a lot of fun. The Chaos Incarnate change is also very dumb. But, hey. It is what it is. I'd just like the WoW devs to strongly reconsider all of their plans for reworking Warlock for the War Within, as I do genuinely believe like no one's gonna want to play this class. And you know, maybe some people will, but I can tell you right now, from all the feedback I've been reading, from all the conversations I've had with long-term Warlock players, no one's happy. A lot of Warlock players I know already re-rolling, and yeah, I just don't see a future where this will turn out well. So if I could just give a brief summary to what I think needs to happen for all specs in the War Within. Affliction needs a rework so that Malefic Rapture no longer exists. No one likes it. Have a new Soul Shard spender in the game. the PvP talents that have existed, like what was it? Was it Pandemic or something? The one that sped up your dot, the time that your dots did damage or made it just tick faster, whatever that was, that burned 3 soul shards. That was a great spender. Even if it was just a spender to be like, right, empower your drained soul. There you go. Like you can proc Nightfall by burning a shard. Like, yeah, like the soul shard taps. Instead of life tap, like tap a soul shard, empower your drain soul. That'd be very cool. But a rework where Malefic Rapture no longer exists and Affliction is back to being a dot-based spec, even with the drains, is very thematic with Warlock and would be way more fun, and I think more people would enjoy it. I guess I'm more of a drain advocate than most of the player base, so I wouldn't be too annoyed if the soul shard got spent on a different dot. But yeah, Affliction being more dot focused would be a massive upgrade for the entire Affliction player base. Demonology, more demonic cores, bring back Nether Portal, bring back the Reign of Tyranny effect, so both for Pit Lord and Tyrant, on-cap Tyrant's effects on demons, bring back big demon armies, and then have an option for Metamorphosis and a Demon Bolt playstyle. Keep the current Felguard stuff with Immutable Hatred and Guillotine for those who are less experienced in the spec. Nerf Imps and Felguard a little bit. Buff some of the other demons, i.e. Dreadstalkers and Vile Fiend. Remove some of these passive crit damage nodes and whatnot. Get rid of stuff like Umbral Blaze too. Put Vile Fiend and Vile Scourge in their own nodes. Instead of the passive nodes that already exist. So there is still a choice, but hey, you don't need the choice nodes. You can just get rid of the passive damage effects that no one likes. And get rid of all this crit reliance. And yeah, put more power of demonology into the demons. Get rid of the Shadowbolt stuff. I really like Sacrifice Souls and whatnot. And sure, if there was a Metamorphosis build that was around like sacrificing your demons, more Demon Bolt damage, get a Decimating Bolt out there, maybe keep like having in sack souls, maybe bring back Fell Covenant and stuff like that for big damage. That could be very cool. Valkyr's Consumption as well would be very interesting to play around something like that. But like a trade-off between using your pets for your own personal damage as one build and then another build where you have a massive army, I think that would go a long way for Demonology, and having a few more summons in the game would not go amiss. Like, imagine you get a talent where you get to summon a Legion ship to bombard your enemies. That'd be so cool. And bringing stuff like the Fell Lord into like just main gameplay and not as a PvP talent would also be very cool. Change it a little bit, sure, but I think it'd be very cool to have Fell Lords outside of just being a PvP talent. There's other stuff, I think, for Destro. I like what they're doing, trying to bring in these other spells, you know, CDF, Soulfire, Shadowburn, and Dimensional Rift. I like that they want these to be brought in the rotation. The 4 more spells, and Decimating Bolt, 5 more spells to be brought into the Destro rotation. I think Destro could do with a bit more complexity, to be honest. But I think all 3 specs could do with their complexity being ramped up. It would be much more enjoyable. Although I could see the case for keeping Affliction simple, as it's like just keep the dots going and whatnot. That's fine. Make Demonology really complex, high management of your army and whatnot, and your summons. Make that complex. Destro, you can make it complex as well. That would be very cool. Actually having to use some skill to really bring out what it means to be a dark caster utilizing the Fel. I would like to see Blasphemy remain in the game, and I'd like to see Destro change a bit. On one side being like no pets, raw caster power, and on another side, main demon, infernals, rain it down, cause chaos. Either side is a very cool fancy of Destro. Like the infernals everywhere, very cool. Everyone loved it in late Shadowlands. And then having a Destro build where it's like you got Grimwrath Sack, and then you're focusing on all your destruction spells, all the powers in you, and not the infernals and demons you may summon, would be very cool. Anyway guys, that is going to wrap it up for today's video. I hope you guys have enjoyed what I've had to say. If you have any feedback on the topic, please be sure to give it. Yeah, hopefully Blizzard will do some reworks to these specs. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Please, if you feel so inclined, subscribe, give a like, drop some comments there if you want to talk some more. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And before you ask again, notice these comments. I'm not using a voice change, I swear.